Hi, I'm Onicha, one of the team members of this group. A day in the life of Emily. Emily is 6 months old and from an Aboriginal background. She begins her day in a busy but welcoming multi-generational home in Melbourne. Her aunt Rennie cares for her while also managing her own children and household tasks. Even though the environment is hectic, there are many moments for learning and interactions. This shared caregiving is part of Aboriginal traditions and shows the strength of family connection. Harrison explains that culturally responsive teaching means respecting different family caregiving models. Emily's family's way of caring challenges the usual Western nuclear family idea, but is just as valid and powerful. Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory highlights that children learn through social interactions. So activities like feeding become important learning moments for Emily. Page emphasizes the importance of strong emotional bonds. Rennie's ability to see Emily helps build the trust and security children need to learn and grow. For educators, it's really essential to take a strength-based approach. So instead of seeing the busy home as chaotic, teachers should ask what positive relationships and skills are developing here. Practitioners must also show cultural humani- humility, respecting families and their traditions. Following the early childhood Australia code of ethics helps build respectful partnerships. So the mid-morning at the early childhood center, Emily and her father arrive at the community center after sharing a joyful musical moment. So Emily smiles when her father sings, showing their close bond. At the center, Emily explores quietly and happily. She chooses the same door often, showing early confidence and preference. This free exploration supports her independence and emotional development. Pedagogical insights. So Emily's learning is child-led, which encourages her to make choices and develop control over her emotions. This fits with the child rights approach that values children's agency. Teachers gently encourage Emily to engage more, respecting her quiet nature and the fact that trust is still growing. Her silence tells educators she needs regular, sensitive adult interaction to build strong relationships. It's very important for us as teachers to carefully observe Emily's nonverbal signals to understand her needs. Keeping track of her learning helps create personalized plans that respect her family's culture and involve ongoing communication with her caregivers. This team supports Emily's learning both at home and at the center. So, Emily's day teaches us how important culture, relationships, and respectful teaching are in supporting children's growth. Thank you. And now I will pass it to my team member, one of the team members, Hannah, to continue the rest of the Emily's day.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Anika, for the great information you shared with us. In the afternoon, Emily falls off the climbing frame. One of the teachers quickly goes over and helps her feel calm and safe. Later, there's a difficult situation. Emily's aunt shows up to pick her up, but she seems to have been drinking. This shows how emotional children can be and how educators have to make quick, careful choices to keep children safe. It reminds us that working in early childhood is not just about play. It also means making serious decisions in the moment. Emily's fall is actually part of healthy learning. The EYLF encourages children to explore and take small physical risks. It helps them grow and learn confidence. The teacher uses emotion coaching. She helps Emily feel better by staying calm and kind. This is part of building a strong relationships with children. When the aunt arrives, the teacher has to make an ethical choice. She calls Emily's father to make sure it's safe. This shows how we need to protect children while still showing respect for their family. So, what can we learn from this? Educators need more than good intentions. We need to understand how to respond in a caring and culturally respectful way. We have to know our center's rules and also be flexible when things are sensitive. It's not just about policies, it's about people. In this case, the teacher showed kindness, kept Emily safe, and didn't judge the family. These are the kind of decisions that show professional responsibility. Building relationships with families can be really rewarding, but also hard sometimes. The teacher has a good connection with Emily's dad. He even shares his music with the children. But when the teacher talks to Emily's mom about the aunt's behavior, the mom pulls away and stops engaging. This shows that trust can break easily, especially if families have been judged or treated unfairly in the past. It's not about the teacher, it's about bigger issues like trauma and past experiences with systems. The teacher does something really positive. She brings Emily's home life into the center by using her dad's music. This is called using founts of knowledge. It means valuing what families bring. When Emily's mom steps back, the teacher doesn't give up. She keeps trying in gentle, respectful ways. This is what trauma-informed practice looks like. The ECA Code of Ethics reminds us to be flexible, patient, and empathetic when working with families, especially in complex situations. So, what does this mean for us as educators? It means we need to be intentional about how we build trust. This could look like having a casual chat at drop-off, inviting family members into the space, or simply being consistent and warm over time. We can't always control how families respond, but we can control our own efforts to stay open, respectful, and present. Supporting Emily also means supporting her family. Our ethical commitment is to both. To finish, Emily is both strong and sensitive. She learns through dancing, climbing, painting, and through her relationships. She shines when she feels safe and understood. But her well-being depends on us, the adults around her. As educators, we need to be caring, professional, and culturally respectful every day. Ethical teaching isn't a checklist, it's in the small moments. Every time we listen, help, or build trust, we're supporting children like Emily to grow and thrive. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
In this drama presentation, we reimagine a conversation between a teacher and Emily's mother. Setting: the meeting is held in a calm and welcoming space within the center. Emily's mother has been invited for a scheduled discussion with the teacher, organized by the center's director.
Hi, Ella. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by, especially after work.
I came here directly from my shift. I also have long hours this weekend. To be honest, I'm absolutely exhausted. Is everything all right?
I know you must be absolutely worn out after being a long day on your feet. We like to check in with families from time to time to see how things are going and where we might be able to do better. To begin with, I simply have to say you're doing a fantastic job. You've raised a beautiful, creative, and compassionate child. We all love Emily. We're very proud of her, and to be frankly speaking, we're very proud of yourself. She's a pleasure to have here.
Thank you. Yeah, she's beautiful. I'm very proud of her.
And she's been so busy recently, investigating the outside playground, taking risks, and growing her confidence. Her physical confidence is just developing so much, and her dancing is just terrific. She showed me some great moves this week. I was tempted to join in, but clearly dancing is skip my side of the family. We're all terrible dancers. I don't know if it's a DNA thing.
Oh, don't worry, I'm the same. Yeah, Emily dances around whenever her daddy is playing the guitar. She loves it.
Oh, that's special. Music and dance clearly seem to be a form of expression she really loves. One of the reasons that we wanted to speak with you today is to check in on you. We know things have been really busy for you, and you've mentioned being very tired lately. We just want to ask, how are you holding up?
Um, yeah, I've got so much going on at the moment. So many payments this month again, and just trying to hold it all together. I don't really have a choice but to keep going.
Oh, it sounds incredibly tough, and yet you're showing up every day and keeping things moving, and not many people understand how much that takes. You're not just holding it all together, you're doing an incredible amount with very little support.
Yeah, I guess it is a lot.
Renee took Emily last week. She's your sister?
Yes, she's been helping with Emily since she was a baby. She does have two kids of her own, but she's always been there for me.
Absolutely. That sort of family support is invaluable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ella, I need to mention something concerning Renee, and I want to be very gentle with it. Would you rather I talk about it now, or would you prefer that I call you personally another time?
Um, it's all right. You can tell me now.
Okay, so when Renee came to the center last week, I noticed a strong smell of alcohol, and it's not the first time that's happened. I just want to be clear that we are not here to judge, but as educators, we're responsible for making sure Emily is always safe. Have you noticed anything similar?
Yeah. Um, yeah. Yes, I know she's been having a tough time lately. I know she isn't the one who should be picking up Emily, but I had no one else. I was desperate.
Thank you for being honest with us, Ella. That's very brave of you. You should know that we have worked with a lot of families in such type of situation, but in your situation, you're not alone.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, we don't have any other family here, and I've been working every day, and I'm just so tired. Renee's struggled with mental ills for some times now. She drinks occasionally, and I know that it is an issue, but I didn't know what else to do. No one's ever really helped me before.
I hear you, and I'm sorry that you've had to carry all this on your own. That's why we wanted to talk to you, not to judge you, but just to learn how we can help. You're doing an incredibly good job, and you're in a really tough situation.
Thank you. I swear I want to let Renee pick Emery up again. I feel so embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't, Ella. Don't apologize, okay? You're doing a fantastic job. You're doing what any mother who loves her children would do, trying to make it work. Yeah? If you're in trouble, we can refer you to some support services, people who can help you there. And we're always here if you need to talk to someone else.
Thank you.
And you're doing so well. And we see the love and the care and the effort that you're putting in, and it shows in Emily. We deeply care about both of you, and we want to walk alongside you in this, and we're here to support you in whatever way you need.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Ravali Dandu. In this slide, I introduce the core purpose of building community partnerships specifically for Emily. As a young Wurundjeri and Yoda child, Emily lives in a complex multi-generational household where family and cultural values plays a significant role. To support her development, identity, and sense of belonging, educators must form culturally respectful and reciprocal partnerships with key community organizations. These partnerships not only support Emily's learning but also address broader systemic issues such as intergenerational trauma and exclusions faced by Aboriginal families. In Emily's case, her family context makes it clear that we need trauma informed, strength based, and culturally responsive supportive networks. These should focus on enhancing relationships and restoring trust, specifically given the complexities around family dynamics and past negative experiences with institutions. As Page suggests, ethical pedagogy involves deep relationships building, and Harrison highlights the importance of respecting Aboriginal shared caregiving practices. Together, these insights justify our approach to partnerships. Here is our mind map. This mind map visually represents the framework we have designed to support Emily and her family. These partnerships aren't off collaborations, they must be ongoing, relational, and built on mutual trust. The center of the mind map places educators as connectors who link families and broad support systems and opportunities. Drawing on Vygotsky's social cultural theory, educators scaffold family engagement through these partnerships. For example, the Koori Education Support Offices plays a key role in liaising between home and early learning settings. As shown in the mind map, we have included organizations like the Aboriginal Health Services and VACCA, as well as like people, cultural advisors, and community elders. The visual also reflects strategies to promote social justice, such as co-planning with families, storytelling events, and embedding cultural knowledge into the curriculum. This directly aligns with EYLF 2.0 outcome 2, which reminds us that children thrive when connected with and contribute to their world, which is Australian Government 2022 says. In this slide, I would like to talk about implementation plan. Finally, this slide outlines how we will bring these partnerships into the life. First, it's essential that we reach out the community organizations with respect and openness through shared meetings and invitations. Building trust takes time and consistency. Secondly, by involving Koori education support officers, we ensure cultural pathways are co developed and community insights not imposed, according to Harrison. Thirdly, we need to foster meaningful informal connections, storytelling sessions, yarning circles, and even drop in chats, which help families feel valued and included, according to Page. Fourth, we will bring the family's cultural knowledge and contributions like music or storytelling into the classroom, making learning authentic and inclusive, according to EYLF 2022. And finally, as educators, we must maintain open, ethical, and strength based communications with families throughout this journey. This is how we ensure our pedagogy and partnerships truly support Emily's holistic development.
Indigenous people are able to access and seek support from mainstream services and organisations. However, the same services and organisations have been formed specifically for Indigenous people to ensure that the historical, social, health, and educational disadvantages of Indigenous people are addressed in a culturally sensitive and respectful way. Many of these services will work directly with the centre and the family to ensure the best possible outcome for Emily. Our first point of call is to the Koori Educator Coordinator, who will then reach out to a Koori Educator Support Officer from the area and assign one to us. It is important that the Career Educator Support Officer is from the area, as they will have a deeper understanding of the Aboriginal culture and history of the community. Aboriginal community-controlled organisations will also be available within the community and will be able to provide guidance and their knowledge to the centre and provide support to the family directly. These organisations will also be able to put us into contact with the elders of the community. If after reaching out to our local Aboriginal community controlled organisations and we still feel that we need more guidance and the family require more support, we can reach out to the Victorian Aboriginal Children and Community Agency for more advice. This proposal has been designed to ensure the safety and well-being of Emily is maintained at all times. It also reflects the early years learning framework in ensuring that the Aboriginal culture is respectfully and truthfully embedded and used within the service with the support of community involvement and culturally sensitive practices. The proposal will also assist in Emily's development and help her gain a deeper understanding of her culture as she forms a sense of belonging not only within the early years learning setting, but also the wider community. Although there are many organisations available and willing to help both the family and centre, there are still several important factors that need to be considered to ensure that the family will gain the full benefits and support that they need. Firstly, before introducing external parties to the family, it is important that the Early Years Learning Service itself has developed a strong and respectful relationship with the family. Without this relationship being in place, the family may not be open or receptive to the support from the external organisations. The centre director and educators directly involved with the care of Emily must have a clear understanding of what type of support and tools the organisations can offer to ensure that they are reaching out to the correct ones. And finally, before suggesting these community organisations to the family, we must ensure that they are willing and able to assist the family and the centre at this time. To conclude, we now have an understanding that there is a high volume of Aboriginal community organisations available to support not only Indigenous families, but they are also willing to work with early learning services, providing support and knowledge of the culture. When reaching out to these community organisations, it is important the centre director and educators understand what each organisation offers to ensure they can assist with the current situation. It is vital that early learning services work closely with children and families to build trusting and respectful relationships from the beginning. These relationships are needed to ensure families and services work in collaboration to provide the best possible outcome for the child. The guidance and support offered by these community organisations will ensure that the early learning service is providing care to Emily that is culturally appropriate and respectful. Community organisations being involved from a young age will also assist with Emily developing a sense of belonging and understanding of the culture in which she is from.